Hello and welcome back to the A Words and Me. My name is Elana and today's video is all about starting A-levels. For thousands of people across the country, they are about to enter a new chapter of their life, and that is the wonderful, fabulous A-levels. My brother is also starting his A-levels, so that really prompted me to make a video all about that kind of initial starting A-levels really. So this is mainly all about the first term, first few weeks, the kind of things that you can prepare yourself to be doing. It's really easy to think about the beginning and forget about the fact that you have exams in 2 years' time, but at the end of the day you do, and you really want to be organised and on top of it now rather than kind of panicking towards the end of exams. That doesn't mean you have to be like revising now, but it means staying organised now. So hopefully you'll all find this video helpful and useful and kind of enjoy learning some tips about A-levels. So my first tip is to kind of get organised with your revision resources. So I recommend that kind of at the end of every lesson, the end of every day, week, half term, I'd say no more than half term, make sure you have your revision resources ready for revision. So it could be that you make flashcards, you might make posters, that kind of thing. Make sure all your notes are organised and you have those resources ready so that when exams do approach you can focus more on practical revision, like doing the learning, doing the past papers, rather than having to spend hours and hours making revision resources when you could have been doing that before. That was something that I did and definitely made a big kind of impact and was really helpful. Too many times I did exams when I hadn't made the revision resources, so the revision period was spent making the resources, and I was like, actually if I had been more organised further up the line then I wouldn't be in this kind of pickle. In sixth form you get the beauty that is study periods / free periods, whatever your school calls them. Make the most of them. I think people will kind of mess around and then people will study, and you know, I think it's important to not just do one or the other. So don't make, like, some people will study in all of their free periods, some people will kind of mess around in them all. These free periods are for you to make the most of, so be logistical about them. If you are really tired, you're having a down day, then it's okay to not do work and just have that kind of calm down refresher. But then it's also important on the other hand to not waste them. They are like an hour or two of your day and you can get so much done that it kind of frees up your evening and allows you to chill later on in the evening. So it's really about finding that balance of how to use them. By the time you reach sixth form and A-levels, most of you will all be 16, so you'll be able to work. I think working is something that's really, really good to do when you are at school, because it kind of allows you to get some extra money and really teaches you to manage your money as well. And if you're going to university, that's something that's really, really important, because at university you are on the deep end, you're funding everything yourself, whereas at school that kind of money for work is just going to be paid for, you know, fun things in life, and we'll just teach you that money management, while it's kind of less important if everything goes a bit tits up with the money. And it also teaches you really, really valuable skills and will make you better in the job market if you have had some form of like previous experience. But that being said, it's really important to not work too much. Schools kind of vary in how many hours they say. Some say 7, some say 8, some say 10, some say don't work at all, but I think, like, personally working is really good. File away. Get some folders, don't use like books like you did at GCSEs, and file your stuff every day at the end of the day or at the end of the week. Don't be like me and lose notes and have these like massive printing sessions every 5 weeks where I mass print everything and realise I've lost loads of stuff. That's really, really not a good idea. You want to stay on top of it, you know, it's going to help you in the long run. If you are using a computer or laptop or anything to do your work, make really good documents on the computer, clear names, and make really easy files that you can access, so that's really all organised on there, because it will genuinely really help you in the long run. It's really crucial that you relax and have fun. I think it's really easy when you're in the pressure environment of school that so much pressure is given on exam and grades that you kind of go into panic mode and you really just forget to relax and have fun. You're never going to have sixth form again. It's your final 2 years of school, and in many ways they are the best years of school you have, and they're the 2 that you're going to remember. So make the most of it, like have fun with your friends, have a good time. It's not all about the grades. Like, life isn't about academics and grades. Life is about growing as a person, having fun and having good experiences, and that's something you really need to carry through with you in life, especially at A levels. Don't panic if you have low grades. There is a big jump between GCSE and A level. For me, I didn't really experience the jump that much because I was at a really kind of apparently really academic private school, and then I went to a state school, so kind of what was expected of me was really different. And I remember everyone was like, yeah, the homework's going to really ramp up, and it just never seemed the same amount of homework that I was ever getting at my private school that I was at, so I never kind of experienced that jump. But a lot of the kids were saying there was quite a big jump. But low grades are normal. I got low grades at points, especially at uni, I did, and it's okay, absolutely normal, because the jump is big. But what is important that you do from the low grades, you don't panic and come a ostrich and bury your head in the sand. You go and talk to your teachers and you go and do something about it. That's the thing. You know, they always say the best way to learn is from low grades, but you're not going to learn if you do nothing about it and you ostrich and bury your head in the sand. You need to go and be proactive and solve the problem, because they are there to help, and everyone is going to be in the same position. Even on the first test, say everyone does really well and you don't, they're all going to do badly at some point. Like, it's a given, it's going to happen. Fun fact, I failed my first math test. We had this test where you had to get 60% and you had 3 attempts at it. The first attempt was with no notes, and I was ill that week, and I was like stupidly decided I'm going to go into school, I'm going to do it, even though everyone was like, don't do it, Elana, but I was just adamant to just do this bloody test, really. And I got like 50% or something in it, and I got a D, and in the end, in A-level maths, I came out with an A, so that goes to show that, you know, low grades don't mean anything for the future. If you're struggling, ask for help. Teachers are there to help you, like, ask for their help. In the first kind of few weeks, first half term of A-levels, is it really necessary to ask for help? No, but I think the point is later in the year when you start really needing their help, they are there to help you, so don't feel like they're scary people. They are kind of being paid to help you, so make the most of the time that they have and the time that they are offering. Changing subjects, it is completely normal to change subjects. I give subjects kind of 2 to 3 lessons to really get the most of it, because I think one lesson isn't really a good kind of indicator of how it might be. But if you then realise that you don't like the subject, that's absolutely okay. Change it, because you are doing these subjects for 2 years, and if there's a subject that you really hate, it will get you down and you kind of don't want to be in that position. It is really common and really normal to change subjects, so like, don't worry about that at all. Thank you very much for watching my video. I hope that you found it helpful. A-levels are kind of made to be these really scary, really hard and challenging things, but they are honestly not bad at all. I think my experience was a bit skew-iff because I went from private school to a state school, so it was a bit weird in that sense, but they are kind of absolutely fine. They're not these terrifying things that people make them out to be. They're completely doable because thousands of people do them every year and achieve really good results, so like, you can do it. You will be absolutely fine. Just stay organised and on top of things, stay positive, and most importantly, have a break. I hope you found this video helpful, and I will see you all next week with another video. Have a fantastic week. Goodbye.